There are different varieties of vegetables that you can cook and serve as a side dish. So in this recipe, I'm going to be showing you how to make kanzira, which is going to turn out delicious and flavorful. So grab yourself some kanzira and let's make this delicious recipe. Kanzira, also known as Ethiopian kale, and I stand corrected, is a leafy green vegetable that is very common here in Kenya. It's very similar to collard greens or sukuma wiki. As you can see, the leaves are a little bit small and it has very long stalks. So I've already washed my kanzira ready for chopping. So it's going to be very easy. You're going to hold the top of the stalks and pull out the leaves just like this. Easy. If you have never tried out kanzira, this is the recipe for you because it cooks really fast and it's super delicious. When I have a handful of kanzira, I'm going to place everything aside and then I'm going to pick a bowl and a sharp knife and chop up my kanzira. This is how we do it here in Kenya. So watch over your fingers as you're chopping. If you're not used to chopping up your kanzira this way, you can use a chopping board, which is much safer. So I'll keep adjusting my hand as I chop my kanzira. When you buy kanzira from the market, make sure to wash it for around 1 to 3 times until it's clear. That is to get rid of soil, especially during rainy season. When I'm done, I'm going to keep my bowl aside and then I'm going to finish off chopping my kanzira. It's a little bit messy, but I'm going to be cleaning my working surface in a minute. Once I'm done, I'm going to place a wet kitchen towel and place a chopping board on top. The kitchen towel is going to make the chopping board very stable while I'm chopping up my onions and tomato. And over here, I have my kanzira, which is chopped up. So the next step is to chop up 1 onion. So I'm going to cut in half and slice my onions. Then I'm going to roughly chop. Once I'm done roughly chopping up my onions, I'm going to move over to my stove top and place a pan over medium-high flame. Transfer in my onions. Saute the onions until they have a very nice golden brown color. And as my onions are cooking, I'm going to chop up 1 tomato because the kanzira is not a lot. So I'm going to cut in half, cut into strips and dice. And once done, I'm going to check on my onions and they're starting to brown and get that lovely color. Browning the onions is going to add in so much flavor to our kanzira recipe. So don't skip on that. When the onions are ready, I'm going to add in my tomato. Add in 2 seasoning cubes. Stir in the seasoning cubes and tomatoes into the onions and cook for around a minute until the tomatoes are cooked down. For this recipe, I've used 2 seasoning cubes which contain salt. But if you don't have the seasoning cubes, you can simply add in salt and the kanzira is going to be delicious. but I would highly recommend you trying adding in some seasoning cubes to your kanzira, and it's going to be fantastic. After a minute, this is how your tomatoes should be looking like. You're going to add in your chopped up kanzira. You're going to use your spatula and stir in your kanzira, and in a matter of around 1 minute, it's going to fully wilt down. And to have that signature green color on your kanzira, don't overcook it. Once it's wilted down, you're going to check the seasoning. If it's not perfect, you're going to add in a little bit more salt. Mine is perfectly seasoned because I added in 2 seasoning cubes, and it's just delicious. So I'm going to cook for another minute. And once you're done cooking your kanzira, you're going to put up the flames, and then you're going to serve over some soft ugali, and it's going to be just delicious. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you'll be trying out this easy and simple kanzira recipe.